Hi, my name's Phil Gardner and welcome to Fun with Boxes. Well, today we're going to take a look at a lovely two-player game from designer Scott Almes and Salt and Pepper Games, and that is the rather wonderful Thingstead. Like I say, it's a two-player only game that will take around 30 minutes to play. What's it all about, you may well ask? Well, the year is 1130 and an assembly is about to be called to elect a new chieftain for your Viking village. And there is only one opponent who could threaten your very own election. Over the next few days, you must balance your time between the clans and the Thingstead, where the elders are gathered, in order to ensure that the votes will go to you. At the end of the game, the elders of the Thingstead call a vote and decide a winner. And what a game this is. What a wonderful, clever little battle of a two-player game. And the game is very easy to play too. On your turn, you will be doing one of two actions. You will either be playing a card into the Thingstead ring to influence a leader, or you will play a card to the various clans and gain some followers and a special power. And play will continue until the end game conditions are met, which I will go through shortly. Well, before we take a look at how to set up and how to play a game of Thingstead, let's first take a Fun with Boxes look at what you get in the game. How to set up a game of Thingstead. First, what you need to do is to pop the Thingstead ring into the center of the table. Then take the 7 elder cards, which have these backs and these on the front, and give these a good shuffle and place them face up around the ring, like so. Next, we would give each player a player board in their colour. These would be their playing pieces, and 3 followers of their colour. And you would place the remaining followers off into a central supply. Then both players will place their figure onto the number 8 elder card. Now I'll move everything slightly off to the left here, just to show you the rest of the setup. Next, we're going to set up a row of clan cards, and here's the back of the clan cards and the front of the clan cards. And you will see they all have different colours. And what you would do is take each one, separate them by the colours, give them a little shuffle, and pop them onto the table, face up. Next, we would take these clan tracks and we will pop these next to each of the boards, like so, matching their icons, like so. So these icons all match. Then we would take the coloured clan discs and place them onto the centre of the clan tracks. And then that's the clan card setup. Finally, we'll take the influence cards, give these a good old shuffle, and we would deal 5 to each player. And the players can look at their cards, but of course they keep them hidden. The rest of the cards will form the influence deck. So pop this to one side and then reveal the first 3 cards. And now you are ready to begin playing, and the eldest player will go first. Now the gameplay is quite straightforward, and players will take turns completing one action at a time. And your actions are to either play a card to the Thingstead to influence an elder, or play a card to the clan to gain followers and special powers. And after you play your card, you draw another card from the face-up row of 3 cards, or blind from the top of the draw deck, and then it's the opposing player's turn. And play continues like this until one of the following conditions is fulfilled. One player has locked 3 elders, or the draw deck is empty and both players are out of cards, and that will be the end of the game. So let's take a close look at those 2 actions that we can do during our turn. So first, playing a card to the Thingstead. Now, playing a card to the Thingstead will allow you to perform 2 actions in any order you wish, and those actions are move and influence. And to move, the player will move their pawn around the circle of elders to get the best placement. And in order to move, the player will move their pawn up to the number of spaces indicated on the movement card. So if I was the red player here, I would be able to move my figure 1 space in either direction. You can choose not to move if you so wish. And each of the elder cards is a space for movement. So if we imagine, perhaps I will move my figure to here. Now the other action is influence, and this allows the player to place followers onto the elders, which will be determined by the card played and their position relevant to their opponent. And placing followers will enable a player to gain influence over the elders and secure points at the end of the game. Now, in order to influence a leader, your clan card must match one of the clan symbols on the elder that your figure is visiting. So in this case, it's a yellow icon matching the yellow icon on the elder, so I can visit and influence this elder. If it doesn't match, you cannot influence the elder or their neighbours. But if it does, you can influence the elder and possibly their neighbours. And the card will show you the number of followers you'll be able to position. Now the first thing we need to do is to position your card so that it faces the elder that you are influencing. Next, you will need to make sure that the Thingstead ring is pointing in the correct direction, and that is the -2 must be pointing to your opponent. So you would rotate the ring until the -2 is facing your opponent, and then you would look at the bottom of your card and you will see you'll be placing 2 of your followers onto this elder, 1 follower onto this elder, and 2 followers onto this elder. However, the ring will give you positive and negative effects. So in this example, this is -1. So we would be placing 1 -1, 0 onto this elder, and placing 2 -2, 0 onto this one. So we would only be placing 2 of our followers onto this elder, like so. Obviously, when you're playing the game, you want to maximize the possibilities of placing your followers onto elders to secure the elders. Now, all the followers placed on elder cards must be of the same color. So, if for example, when I played this card, there was 1 of blue's followers on there, instead of placing followers, you will remove followers. So I need to place 2 followers on here. So the first thing I do is remove the 1 follower, and now I have 1 remaining follower that I can place down. So if there are no followers on the elder, you can simply place your followers onto there. But if there are opponent's followers, then for every opponent's follower on there, you would remove 1 until you are able to start placing if you have followers remaining. Now, an important thing to note is that you can only place followers from your reserve. So in my example here, it's a simple example. I would place 2 followers from my reserve matching this here. However, if I was in this position and was to put 2 followers here and I only have 1 left in reserve, well, I'll simply use all I have remaining and that would be the end of my turn. Now, we can lock an elder to secure points for the end of the game. And if at the end of your turn you have equal to or more followers than the number on the elder card, then the card can be locked. So in this example, the value is 7 and we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 followers on there. So the card can now be locked. And all you simply do is flip the card over, place one of your followers onto the card to show that it's your card, and place the rest of your followers back into the central supply. And influence cards can no longer be played on that elder. And this elder will count towards our victory. If you notice there, it has 2 of these symbols, which would give us 2 points at the end of the game. And if a player locks 3 elders, the game ends and we will proceed to final scoring. Now, the other action I could take on a turn is playing a card to one of the 4 clans. And you select a card from your hand and you will play it face down onto your side of the table of whichever clan you wish. Now, you do not have to match the icon to play this card, and your card will remain hidden until the end of the game, and it might earn you a point for influence over that clan. So once again, you do not have to match the icon. So what I could do is I could put my card and play it face down here. Now, my opponent does not know whether or not I am matching that icon, and that will come into play at the end of the game. So let's say I'm going to play this card and I'm going to match this up and play it face down here. Now, the first time you place a card onto a clan, you would gain 4 followers from the supply, and you would add them onto your supply card or next to your card, whichever way you wish to do it. Now, if on a future turn you were to play a second card on there, instead of gaining 4 followers, you would gain 3. And then on a future turn, if you played your third card on there, then you would gain 2. And finally, if you placed a 4th card on there, you would gain 1 follower. A 5th card will not gain you any other followers. Now, when you place a card onto a clan, if the disc is on your opponent's side or in the central position, you would slide it to your side of the track. And while that disc is on your side of the track, you will have access to the clan's special ability. However, if when you go to play a card onto a clan and the disc is already on your side, then you will have exclusive access to that power, and you would gain that clan card and place this into your play area, and you now have exclusive access to this power. So for example, if I lock an elder, I can add a follower to my supply, or what I've been calling my reserve, and then you simply replace the clan disc to the center and the next card is available for the players. Now, in the rules do say to place these cards face down with the top card showing, and then if somebody gets that card, you could then turn over the next card to see what it is. But the way we played the game was we just left them all face up, so when a card is taken, the next card there is available. Now, after you've completed your actions, you will draw a card from the face-up row, or you can take one blindly from the top of the draw deck, and then you would add that card to your hand. Now, if you took a card, for example, this card from the face-up supply, then you would immediately replace that card. Now, if there would happen to be no cards left available, then players would simply continue to play cards until their hands are empty. Now, as I said earlier, the game will end either when one player has locked 3 elder cards, or the draw deck is empty and both players are out of cards. And then you calculate your final score. First, you will score your elders. So each unlocked elder will be won by the player who has any followers on them. And the player is then awarded points for each elder they have won. And these are indicated by the runestone icons on the cards. Players will get 1 point for each runestone on the elder cards they have won. So you can lock elder cards to win them. However, if you have influence on them at the end of the game, then you are going to win that elder too. So something to pay attention to, which is what I did when I first played the game and lost horribly, even though I thought I had won because I locked the 3 elders. Once you've scored your elders, you will then score the clans, and you will get 1 point for each clan where they have the most influence over. Now, to score the clans, you will flip over the face-down cards on both sides of the centre row of clan cards, and you would add up the total number of movement points on the cards for each clan, as long as the card has the matching clan icon. If the card does not have the same icon as the clan card, it is discarded. So let's take a look at these in this example. So we have a matching clan icon, and this one doesn't match, so this one is discarded. These have 2 matching clan icons. Now the player with the most movement points will win. So in this example, blue has 4 movement points and red has 1. So blue would score 1 point. Let's take a look at the next example. Here we have 2 matching icons versus 1 matching icon. The yellow one is discarded. So 4 movement versus 1. Red would score 1 point. And in the next example, we have 2 matching icons and also 2 matching icons. Now, in a tie, the point will go to the person who has the token disc on their side. So in this example, blue would win and score 1 point. However, if it was tied and the disc was in the middle, then neither would score the point. And if we have a look at this one, we've got 2 matching versus 1. And in this case, it's 3 movement points versus 4, so red would win the point. And you would simply add up the points, and the player with the most points will be the winner. Now, in the case of a tie, the player with the most followers among the elder cards will win. And there you go. That's how you play a game of Thingstead. And the rule book itself does come with a very, very good example of gameplay, which clearly walks you through a good example from the game, quite clearly and very well illustrated as well. And you've got some FAQs on the back of the rule book as well. And there you go. That's how you play a game of Thingstead. Well, what a cracking game this is. A lovely, lovely 2-player. Another lovely 2-player game from Salt and Pepper Games, who are right up there as one of my favourite game publishers. Wow, this game is really, really good. Such a brilliant and clever mechanism there from Scott Almes, the designer, where you only have 2 options to play in the game, but you have to be careful and balance and watch what your other player is doing as you push and pull, as you try to gain influence over the leaders, trying to get 3 leaders on your side, as it were, to end the game. However, you have to be very careful because you've got to focus also on the clans as well, which was something I didn't do. As I said earlier on in the video, I focused heavily on getting the 3 leaders to end the game as quickly as I could, but I didn't have the support of the clans. So although I had ended the game, I didn't win the game. No. So it is a clever little push and pull mechanism, very straightforward to play, but also quite quick and fun to play as well. The playtime on this is 30 minutes, and I think once you're up and running with the game, you could probably play it even quicker than that. And as always for me, the sign of a great game is when you finish it, and you may have lost, and it doesn't matter at all, because all you want to do is to play it again, because now I know what I need to do. Now I need to focus on the clans as well as the elders. Let's play it again. And for me, any game that you want to immediately set it up and play again, well, that's got to get a 2 massive Fun with Boxes thumbs up from me. Well, there you go. I do hope you enjoyed taking a look at Thingstead with me. If you did, please consider hitting the old like button, and also click on that subscribe button too. That would be super fantastic of you, because it would really help to grow the channel. Now, I've recently done our top 10 games of 2024. Now, I wonder, how did Thingstead do in that list? Did it even get on the list? Well, why not go and check out that top 10 list and find out? And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Please do take care, and bye for now.